Hey guys, welcome back to Make That Sea Change. Paul here with you again today. Make That Sea Change is my site and channel aimed at everything to do with setting up your own online business. Now today we're going to talk about KPIs and analytics in affiliate marketing. Now this is something that whether you're just starting out or if you've been working on an affiliate marketing site for quite a while, this is something that, to be honest, I haven't really given it the its due course in some stages of my affiliate marketing career, and it's something that can quite often get overlooked. And I think part of the reason for that is because a lot of times we tend to find it a little bit confusing. There's lots of acronyms and there's lots of abbreviations and lots of percentages and trying to work this out and that out, and sometimes it just gets a little bit too daunting, and that's what I found in the past, I must say, and probably why I've left it at times. So what I want to do today is just very quickly run you through some of the things to look at, and also I'll give you a quick demonstration of one of my very new sites that I'm working on, and I'll show you that analytics and Google Search Console, and that'll give you the opportunity just to see how you can look for things and what to go through there. So before we get into that, however, why do we want to do this? Well, it's like anything. You want to know what works. If you are new to affiliate marketing, then you probably should be aware that it's not a get-rich-quick process. It does take some time. Anywhere from, I had one site make its first sale after 3 months. I had another site didn't make a sale for nearly 13 months. Both did the same amount of work, depends on the keywords and lots of stuff that is in my website, or we can talk about at different times. But the thing with the KPIs and analytics is it allows you to try and build these things to build a bit faster, because you're looking at information that tells you what is working and then how you can use that within your search engine optimization processes and the like to try and build that traffic a little bit faster, because as we know, the more traffic you get, the more sales you're going to get. Whether you're affiliate marketing, drop shipping, selling your own products, trying to get build sales calls, trying to get coaching clients, whatever it is, the more traffic you get, the higher chance you've got of getting all that to work. So let's go into the post. I'm not going to read it all word for word for you, but we'll just go in and have a look at some of the things you can look for as we go through talking about affiliate marketing. As I said, I've written this from the affiliate marketing point of view, but you can definitely have this work for any other type that you're doing. And as I said before, you're trying to look at what's working, so successful strategies, underperforming campaigns. So again, on the other side of the fence is having something work really well for you. You're also trying to not waste time on things that aren't working. Gives you an insight into who your audience is, and that can help with the wording you use, the terminology, the products you promote, etc., etc. And then you can make these decisions based on that information. You can set goals for moving forward. If you are spending money on paid advertising or spending money on writers to write certain posts and the like for you, then you can track your return on investment, make sure that you are getting returns on what you're paying to do. And obviously it just helps you stay competitive, because again, those of you who've been working for a while in affiliate marketing will know, or any sort of online business will know, that it is an ever-changing beast and things move around all the time. Okay, so what are we looking at? The main things that we want to know straight off the bat is traffic. How many people are visiting our website, blog, social media page, or anything like that? You can have 20 million followers on a social media account, but if none of them are clicking on your posts, they're worthless. You can have lots of traffic coming to your website, but if they're not actually doing anything, then they're worthless. But if they're not coming to that, if the traffic's not there, nothing else works. So what we need to make sure is that we get that traffic. Traffic is the number of people who visit your website, blog, and social media. So as I said, you can have 20 million followers, but if no one's actually looking at if they're all skimming through your posts that you're putting into your Instagram or Facebook or whatever, doesn't matter how many followers you've got, doesn't matter how many subscribers you got on your website, etc. So at the end of the day, traffic is key. The more people who visit, the rule of numbers, the more people you have, the more people you've got, the more chance you've got of making sales and the like from there as well. There are obviously sites that get a lot of traffic but don't make any sales because they're not writing their posts properly or not putting things in that appeal to that traffic, which we'll talk about within this as well. But the first thing, obviously, was we're looking to see how much traffic we're getting. Then we're looking to see our click-through rate. Now, this is sort of where I mentioned a second ago. So I can have 20,000 people a day visit my site, but if none of them are actually clicking on my affiliate links, then that's, again, is a waste of time. So I need to see how many people, the click-through rate, how many people are actually clicking on my posts or on my links to actually perform actions that I want them to do, whether I want them to click something, whether I want them to buy something, whether I want them to read something, download something, etc., etc. So as it says here, now this is where percentages start to come in, I mentioned before. If you get 100 people click on your blog post, 100 people visit your blog post, and 10% click on it, your CTR is 10%. So, obviously the higher you get there, the higher you can go. Now, from there, you go to a conversion rate. So if someone reads my post and they click on my affiliate links and go into whatever site it is, or go into my e-commerce page to purchase a physical product, or go into the sales page to sign up for a coaching service, so on and so forth, the conversion rate is how many people actually finalize the sale or follow through. So if you get 10% clicks, so if we had 100 people visit our site here, 10% is our click-through rate. So 10% say clicked on to see all about the coaching offering that you've got. And then 100 people, click on to get, let's start that again. 100 people click on to see about your coaching offer because they found that through your traffic. 10% of them go to the sales page where they get the full breakdown of what it is and what they can and how much it is. Then if 2 of them click on that and make a purchase, your conversion rate is 20%. So you'd have a CTR rate of 10%, a conversion rate of 20%. That confused me at the start. So I'm thinking, how can I have a conversion rate higher than my CTR? But what it is your CTR is a percentage of your overall traffic, whereas your conversion rate is a calculation on the number of people that actually click onto that link. Some people do conversion rates based on the traffic. That's quite a bit harder to work out because if you've got 100 people visit and 2 people sign up, then your conversion rate is 2%. So then you can take that from either way you want it to do. Average order value, revenue, return on investment are the other ones you can look at there. These are the main ones that I wanted to cover because that's the main gist of affiliate marketing. You attract viewers to your site, they click on your links, they make a purchase. Average order value is you can see how much people are buying and how much people are going there. So if you're already earning $500 from 10 orders, it means $50 is your average order value, which is you get the commission on that $50. If you were looking at that, for example, saying to determine whether you should offer bulk purchases or something like that, can have a bearing on that. Obviously, how much money you've made, and then a return on investment. As I mentioned before, that is how much you are looking at making based on the money you're spending. So if you're running a bricks and mortar business and you buy 10 push bikes at $100 each and sell them for $200 each, you got a 50% return on investment or 100% return on investment because you're buying for 100, selling for 200. Most, bricks and mortar stores run at about between 10 and 20%. But where it comes into affiliate marketing or online business is if you are advertising. So if you're doing pay-per-click advertising, you might spend $20 a day. Means you want to make more than $20 a day to get your a positive return on investment. If you're paying a writer and your writer costs you $100 for the post, you want that post to in time make you more than $100 in affiliate revenue. So that's what you're looking at there. Okay, so let's have a look at the tools that we can do to start to look at that sort of stuff. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to take you into this one's Google Analytics. So Google Analytics here is a site that is quite new. So the first things I can see here is purely my traffic. So how much traffic's coming in. There's not a lot of traffic coming on this one because the site's only 3 months old. So I'm actually quite happy that I'm getting even that little bit of traffic today. But what I can normally see with this sort of thing is I can see the traffic, I can see who's in here at the moment, and I can see what countries they're from. So if this site was bringing in a lot of traffic, then I could see which country they're coming from there, which is extremely helpful based on if you're trying to find geographics where people are. If I go into the report snapshot here, so I can see the type of traffic that's coming in. So it's organic search is most of it, which means my search engine optimization is working. Direct is if someone's got a link. Sometimes that can be through social media or pay-per-click advertising. There's sometimes that you might need to break that down a little bit further. A referral can also be, that can be a backlink that someone's clicked on. It could be again through social media, or I'm not doing any pay-per-click on this one, so that's probably through a backlink or social media. And then any organic social search. So I use Pinterest for this site. So someone has clicked on through Pinterest and found the site there. So I can see where my traffic's coming from. So if I was looking at this and my organic search was lower than direct, I'd be thinking, okay, well, I need to start working on my search engine optimization. If I've got no organic social, it means that whatever I'm working on within my social media is not giving me I can't think of the word I'm using for. The viewer of that post is not enticed to click on and go into my page. I cannot think of the word I'm looking for there. But as I say, if that's low, it means that I need to probably work on my social a little bit from there. So that's what I'd be doing from there. I can see here my countries. So United States is my biggest target audience, which is actually where I'm targeting, which is good. Canada, China, Philippines, a little bit more in Australia. I would hope that would build up a little bit more because I've just been doing a lot of work on writing about Bali, which is a very popular tourist destination for us Australians. So that is something there. New Zealand's probably in the same boat as that, but that's where my traffic is coming from. And I can see how my activities, so my activity is rising, which I'm very happy with. The visits is sort of staying around the same for a little while. So I maybe just need to work on some headings or something like that to try and build that up. I can see if my users are coming back. So I had one user came back in week 1, 2, and 3. No users came back in these months. I only really started this post in around April. So, and it's June now. So I would expect that anyway. But I can start to see users coming back, which is really good. And now I can see also what my most popular sites are. So my homepage is very popular. That means that, and that again is quite common with new sites because they're the first ones that your main homepage tends to be the first one that ranks. Plus also, to be honest, a lot of that's probably just me looking at my site because my own traffic will go there. So a lot of that's probably me. But what I can see here, best noise cancelling headphones, best portable fans for cruise ships, best cast booster seats for dogs, 10 ways to spend a day in Paris. So they're my most popular posts at the moment. So what I would probably look at doing here would be best noise cancelling earbuds for flying, which means that I want to probably do internal links to that post as much as possible. Because how Google looks at that is goes, oh, well, if that's a popular post and you're referring to it, then I'm going to give this post some credence as well. What I am also working on here is doing reviews of each of the earbuds that are in this post as well. So this lists the 3 best ones, what's good about them, what's not so good about them, and whether people should buy them or not. And that also means that I can write reviews on that because I know that is something people are searching for. So this information here is showing you what people are searching for, which can be quite helpful. What have we got here? We got page views, user engagement. So I can see 64 people are actually doing stuff within my site, which is really good. 81 are just viewing the page and skipping out. First visit 42 if they scroll or not. So scrolling is quite important because if they're not scrolling, it means that the top of your post is not really catching them. Or if they're not scrolling, I would be putting some sort of call to action at the very top of the page just to try and get them from there if they're not going to scroll. That can be how they're looking. It can be how they're finding and stuff as well. So that's what we're looking at there. I can see there new users again, so I could read there from 2. Average engagement time, 1 minute and 5 seconds. That is, I'm actually really happy with that. Anytime that someone spends more than a minute on your page, that's really good for search engine optimization. Google and Bing love that. But also it means that my content is keeping people reading, which is what you want. Around a minute is really good. As far as I am aware, a minute is quite good with that. So that's Google Analytics. There's a lot more than I can look at if I'm doing monetization, if I'm doing e-commerce and the like. I can do engagement, so I can break that down a lot more into what people are doing. I can set up events to see if people are clicking, the pages and screens, so I can have a look and see what people are looking at from there as well. There's no data. Oh yeah, there's some. So I can see, so noise cancelling headphones, they're viewing it. The views per user, so if it's 1.4, it means they are clicking to another page, which is really good. And how long are they spending on it? So minute 25 for that. 10 minutes all up on filtered water bottles. And then I can see if they're doing anything else within that as well. There's lots that you can break down, way too much to talk about in this quick video. I can see where they're coming from. So again, if I wanted to break down where people are coming from, sort of what we talked about before, organic, search, direct, social, and then I can break that social down to see where that is coming from as well by just changing, adding different information, different spots, so I can see all that. Okay, so that's Google Analytics. The next one that you can use here is Google Search Console. So I can see again, Google Search Console. It gives me a bit more information. This one's just about the clicks that I'm getting over time. So you can see, as I mentioned, it's sitting around that 2. I need to do some work now that it's a few months old to try and start building that up a little bit. I can see the search results. So I can see that I've had 18.1 thousand impressions. So that means that it's shown on search result pages. This is in 3 months. 62 clicks, that needs to build. On that amount of impressions, that needs to build. So I need to have a look at that and see what's going on there. My average click-through rate is 0.3%. So that's the amount of people that are actually reading the post and clicking further. Again, that is quite low. And that's showing me that it's something like there's some things I need to work on my page. I might move some CTRs around. And I might have to look at how I'm doing my metadata and the like to attract people within the site as well. Average position of 52.4, that's in the search engines. That's about page 4, maybe 5, which for a 3-month-old site, I'm not too unhappy with that. That's actually quite good for me. If I'm getting in Discover traffic, Discover's, when it comes up on your phone, this one is not getting Discover traffic as yet. I wouldn't expect it to, but here's hopeful. If you can snag Discover traffic, that's really good for traffic and really good for if you're running advertising on your thing as well. Indexing. So I can now see where my pages are indexed and I can see which pages aren't indexed. So if I look at my submitted pages, I can see I've got 46 pages that Google hasn't indexed. Now, some of these have been indexed and dropped off if those keywords aren't ones people are looking for, but it also gives me something to go through and have a look at. I can revisit these pages, tweak them a little bit, change them around a little bit, add some more internal links, and then ask Google to crawl it again, and hopefully that'll pick up. I actually do that. Have a look at that a couple every day. I've never had a site. I sold a site recently that was generating about 1,000 visits a day. Always had, and it had like 600 posts on it. It always had stuff in here that drop on and off. But it's just something you can look at. Your sitemaps come in here. That's how Google finds out where all your stuff is. So that works quite well. And lots of stuff here you can look at. Not enough information last 90 days. As I say, that's a new site. But yeah. So lots of stuff you can look at here. I can look at my CTR. I can see where people are clicking through. If I go to my pages again, for example, my search results, not my pages. If I scroll down here, I can see the queries that people are looking for. So best noise cancelling earbuds on the airplane. Again, 109 impressions for those keywords, 4 clicks. So I know that the earbuds are working well because I also saw that in analytics. So this is a very good way for me to increase my traffic, try and get more clicks here by working other pages up to including the earbuds type thing. Or if I do more posts on around earbuds, then I'm going to try and hopefully increase those clicks. I can see the pages again that I had. So again, no surprises here. Noise cancelling earbuds, car boost seats for dogs, portable fans for cruise ships are the ones that we had on analytics. The countries, United States, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Netherlands in there, Singapore, Germany, Indonesia, so a bit more than what we had before. Philippines is often in there because that's where my writer comes from. Devices, mobile, desktop, tablet. So a lot of people are viewing my sites on the mobile while they're sitting on the couch or doing whatever. So that's something else to be aware of. And search appearance. So product results, product snippets. So what's showing out of my pages there. And that's a very quick run through, guys. That's how you can see some of that information. So as you saw, I can see my traffic through Google Analytics and Google Search Console. I can see my click-through rate there, which was quite low for that site. I can see what countries people are coming from. In Google Analytics, I didn't show you, can actually see what time of day they're clicking, which is very good if you're running targeted advertising and the like on your pages. And then from there, I can make decisions on how I want to build my site. I can see what's not working. So again, if we took that on face value, I could see that if I had 17 clicks or whatever it was from Google, from my search engines, but 1 click from social media, it means I probably need to have a work on my social media and maybe mix it up. If Pinterest doesn't work for the travel niche, maybe I need to go in and create an Instagram account and start showing pictures of actual places and stuff like that as well. So something else that I can consider there. I can see what posts are working well. So we saw the earbuds and the car seats for dogs, etc. So they're things that so if I'm looking at earbuds for flying, I know that people are interested in those sort of things. So I can then branch out and go, okay, well, if I want wireless earbuds, then maybe they need a dongle. So I can start putting stuff about dongles and the transmitters and refer that back to the earbuds page to try and generate some more interest in that manner. For the dogs, I can start looking, okay, well, if people are looking at that, maybe there's a lot of interest for traveling with pets. So I can start to incorporate that into my site as well. So I'm taking what is popular and increasing that on my sites. Another one that I saw good in there was one I started to filter through the 10 things to do for a day in Paris. I started writing those posts because as an Australian, every time I've traveled, because we're so far away from everyone, all our flights leave at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So they get in back home here in the early morning. So you've always got that last day to try and spend before you get on a plane. So I started writing those posts. And it's good to see those coming through. So I can now look at that and go, okay, well, that worked for Paris. A, is it Paris, or B, is it a way to spend a day? I can start putting more posts in there about Paris and more about way to spend a day, and then test that and see which one starts to pick up. So if I get 10 days in Paris, 10 days in London, I know it's the days. If I get more in Paris, I know it's Paris. So that's from using the information and the analytics in there to go forward. Okay, guys, hope that was helpful for you. I know that was a very, very, very quick run through of analytics and Google Search Console. I'll try and do some videos of that in the near future and take you in a little bit more in depth on how that all works. You can certainly fall down some rabbit holes. I've been known to spend hours in there and hours. And I suppose that's the other thing to be aware of is know what you're looking for, get in, find it quickly, and then get on with doing what you're doing to build your online business. Spending hours and hours in analytics, whilst it gives you a lot of information, in my honest opinion, I know what I showed you there was very small, but that's tended to get me the information I needed to keep going and building stuff as we go along. If I've got 3 or 4 social media platforms, I might break that down and have a look at which social media platforms are working better. If I'm trying to sell things in a particular area, especially if I'm trying to look at, say, writing posts about certain areas. So if I've got a lot of information from travelers in the United States, I'm not going to write, and nothing about Paris, I'm not going to write much about Paris. I'm going to write about all the cities in the US because that's where my audience is. So that's that. Anyway, guys, hope that was helpful. Comment below if there's anything that you look at, or any feedback on what you look at or how you look at it or what you use for your KPIs. Anything you need help with, comment below. And as always, if you're watching this within YouTube, I'd love if you hit the subscribe button below. Okay, guys, thanks for that. Chat to you soon. Bye.